Welcome to Vlogz Automotive Podcast, a hybrid call-in talk show where you, the viewer or listener of the Vlogz YouTube channel, can tune in and listen to the latest in automotive news and happenings within the automotive space. I'm Mario Gear. Want to be a part of the show? It's easy. Just call our show voicemail hotline at 805-419-5129 any time of the day of the week before the following Thursday and leave a message. Or now just join us live via the Clubhouse app and come on stage and be a part of the show. This takes place every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. If you're not already doing so, consider hitting that subscribe button, hitting that thumbs up, share this out, and tell your family and friends. So sit back, crack open the cold one, and enjoy the show. Welcome to episode 24. Ford Motor Company are deeply concerned about the invasion of the Ukraine by Russia and the safety of the Ukrainian people. Effective immediately, Ford is suspending our limited operations in Russia and taking action to support the Global Giving Ukrainian Relief Fund. Ford's full statement. As part of the global community, Ford is deeply concerned about the invasion of the Ukraine and the resultant threats to peace and stability. The situation has compelled us to reassess our operations in Russia. In recent years, Ford has significantly wound down its Ford operations, which now focus exclusively on commercial van manufacturing and Russian sales through a minority interest in the Solar Ford joint venture. Given the situation, we have today informed our joint venture partner that we are suspending our operations in Russia, effective immediately until further notice. While we don't have significant operations in Ukraine, we do have a strong contingency of Ukrainian nationals working at Ford around the world, and will continue to support them through this time. Ford Fund is making a $100,000 donation to the Global Giving Ukraine Relief Fund for humanitarian aid to assist Ukrainian citizens and families who have been displaced during this crisis. And another clip from episode 24 of the Vlogz Automotive Podcast. Next story up. Garff Automotive named official partner of the Utah Jazz. On March 3rd, the Utah Jazz announced today that the Garff Automotive Group has been named an official partner of the Utah Jazz, a first-time sponsorship agreement between the two long-standing fixtures in the Utah business community. The multi-year partnership will focus on joint community initiatives that have a positive impact consistent with the We Here For You service projects of Garff and the NBA Cares outreach programs of the Jazz. Garff will be presenting sponsor and supporter of the Jazz's Season of Giving activities between Thanksgiving and New Year, including a holiday toy drive at its dealerships in Vivint Arena. The Jazz and Garff will also team up for a halftime toy toss at a future Jazz game. Quote, our two organizations may be in different businesses, but we share a strong desire to serve our communities, end quote, said Jim Olson, Utah Jazz president. Quote, Garff is a model company for giving back and helping local businesses, organizations, and community members in need. Our partnership empowers us to be even more impactful, reach more people, and use our resources for the greater good, end quote. Quote, we are excited to partner with Utah Jazz for the first time in our 90-year history and work together to further strengthen our community in Utah, end quote, said John Garff, owner of Garff Automotive Group. Brett Hopkins, CEO of the Garff Automotive Group, added, quote, "We additionally see this as a tremendous opportunity for our employees to experience the Utah Jazz both in arena, at games, and in the community serving with us joint partnership projects," end quote. Through the NBA social responsibility program, the Jazz unite people, communities through the game of basketball and shine a light on important social issues through hands-on service and youth serving programs in education, youth, and family development and health-related causes. Respectively, UtahJazz.com and KenGarff.com. Karol Malone expands Ford dealership lineup. Basketball Hall of Famer Karol Malone's dealership group expanded in the fourth quarter with 2 separate acquisitions, including one in a new state. Karol Malone Automotive Group of Draper, Utah, bought Silver Creek Ford in Hailey, Idaho on October 31st from Matt Cook of Good Motors Auto Group, said Dave Hicks, operations manager at Karol Malone Auto Group. It marks the first franchise dealership for the group in Idaho, Hicks said. The store was renamed Karol Malone Ford Hailey. Hailey is east of Boise, Idaho. And on December 10th, Karol Malone Auto Group bought another Ford dealership, purchasing Cradle Ford in Park City, Utah from Robert Cradle. Hicks said the store was renamed Karol Malone Ford Park City. It marks the second dealership in Park City for the group. In September, Karol Malone Auto Group bought Mike Hale Chevrolet there. In June, the group bought 2 rooftop representing 4 brands in Arkansas. Karol Malone Auto Group now has 8 rooftops across Arkansas, Idaho, Louisiana, and Utah, Hicks confirmed. Quote, "We're still actively looking for acquisitions," he told Automotive News. The group also has 7 power sport stores across Arkansas, Colorado, Idaho, and Utah, Hicks said. Malone 58 in October was named a member of the NBA's 75th anniversary team. Sony and Honda hook up for EV venture. Honda and Sony are joining forces to develop electric cars, which could be on sale as early as 2025. The 2 companies will partner in a new, yet unnamed firm to develop the new models in an alliance which brings together the strengths of the 2 companies, offering great possibilities for the future of mobility, said Honda CEO Toshihiro Mabi. Honda will take care of the vehicle manufacturing and after sales, while Sony's responsibility will, of course, be the electronics, specifically imaging and sensors, communication, and in-car entertainment. Despite having shown off near production-ready EVs at CES, Sony was never going to go it alone into the auto business. Honda, meanwhile, needs help to grow, and the company has previously been full of praise for its new partner. A new entry like Sony will really revitalize the industry, said Mabi. Earlier this year, as automakers scramble to grab the EV-related headlines, we're seeing a handful of different approaches. Some, like Ford, are choosing to stand up the EV business unit on its own. Others are simply making ground forecasts about coming EVs. Honda's slightly different route may give it the edge it needs in the free-for-all that is the pending wave of electric vehicles. McLaren Applied 800V silicon carbide inverter makes public debut at FPC 2020. McLaren Applied is advancing closer to full production of inverter platform Generation 5, IPG5, an 800V silicon carbide inverter with class-leading efficiency and power density. Moving to engineering verification phase, McLaren Applied is now supplying production intent design hardware to customers and partners for continued development and testing. Harnessing IPG5, OEMs can develop vehicles with greater range, faster charging times, and better acceleration at a comparable cost with improved sustainable benefits. The production intent design of IPG5 will make its public debut at the Future Propulsion Conference 2020, took place on March 2nd at the UK's National Motorcycle Museum. IPG5 is an 800V silicon carbide SiC inverter that supports ultra-fast charging and delivers class-leading powertrain efficiency. Based in Woking, UK, McLaren Applied is actively supporting the increasing demand for electrification and high-efficiency power electronics applications in the automotive market, as well as commercial vehicles, aerospace, and marine sectors. McLaren Applied has been pushing the boundaries of inverter technology for over 10 years through high-performance automotive and motorsports applications, accumulating in a fifth-generation inverter that takes cutting-edge development from Formula One and optimizes the technology for the automotive market. IPG5 can power electric motors to over 350 kilowatt peak, 250 kilowatt continuous at an unraveling weight and volume of 5.5 kilograms and 3.79 liters, respectively. It has been designed for automotive applications, including direct drive that are capable of operating high-speed motors efficiently and adhere to ISO 26262 ASIL-D standards. The 800V architecture supports next-generation electric vehicles, offering lighter electronic cabling and ultra-fast charging. Through enabling a significant increase in switching frequencies, the SiC technology allows the use of faster, more efficient, and lightweight drivetrain, including inverter, motor, and battery systems. It's also switching more efficiently than conventional inverters, producing less heat and enabling a smaller cooling system, all of which reduce weight and cost of the drivetrain. The increased drivetrain efficiency allows a reduction in battery size, typically the most expensive single component in a battery electric vehicle, which delivers further cost, weight, and sustainability benefits. For system integrators, the 3.79 liter IPG5 packages easily due to cutting-edge volumetric power density, a cost-efficient contrast to conventional inverters. The inverter can be offered without a case, which offers huge flexibility when packaging an off-the-shelf component into a custom system. McLaren Applied is currently delivering prototype units to customers ahead of volume production from 2024. Nick Fri, non-executive chairman at McLaren Applied, comments, quote, "The launch of the IPG5 inverter is a huge milestone for McLaren Applied. We're delighted to advance to the next stage of development and to begin delivering prototypes to customers across the industry. We're seeing rapid progression of technology. If OEMs want to remain competitive and deliver vehicles with greater range, faster charging times, and better acceleration, they must make the transition to an 800V silicon carbide architecture." MagnaFlow, Overlanders, off-roaders, rock crawlers, and anyone interested in learning more about the lifestyle. Join MagnaFlow on March 19th from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. at the MagnaFlow headquarters in Oceanside, California, as they team up with Rigged for Dirt to bring the dirt to your driveway. This is more than your car or coffee and cars type meetup, though we'll have complimentary coffee available. They're inviting local shops who facilitate vehicle builds, production sales, along with manufacturers, project vehicles featuring their products for display and discussion with, and more importantly, be available to demo their product or their builds. We have invited other local off-road and overland clubs and groups from neighboring cities ranging from Range Rover to Sprinter vans to pickup trucks and crossovers. Come meet off-roading friends from MagnaFlow who will be here to display their rigs and chat about their builds. Plan for trail cooking demos and samples from their friends at Marco. Compliments of Milestar Tires and Tempo Tusk. Tech discussion tapping into the Mind Brad. Trail Recon at Jeep and Futures with electrification. Manufacturer feature builds and their builders for Q&As. Conversations with customers, builders, owners, and just those checking out what this is all about. Manufacturers of automotive parts, camping gear, apparel to demo and talk about who is hot in the market. Want to join the team? The people and culture will be on hand and available to chat about all open positions at MagnaFlow. MagnaFlow is headquartered at 1901 Corporate Center Drive, Oceanside, California, and they're looking forward to seeing you guys. Welcome. And before we get into the story, just like everything else that we've had to experience because of the vid for the last 2.5 years, this next story is maybe signs that we're bouncing back. Which I'd like to actually right now take the moment to remind you, if you're interested in SEMA, the Specialty Equipment Marketing Association trade show that happens every year in Las Vegas, registration for the show I think they've opened up the books to start registering for the show. So if you're planning on going, I highly recommend it. Take advantage now of getting registered and approved for attending the show, as well as taking advantage of the negotiated hotel rates that SEMA offers that they've negotiated with the various hotels along the strip. And just because of that, I just wanted to announce that, give you guys a heads up. Join me April 1st at 7 p.m. Eastern, I believe, is the time we're going to do it, which will be a Friday night, 9 p.m. Should be, 7 p.m. Eastern, which, whatever. Just check the notes. It'll be in there. But, yeah, join me on Clubhouse. And we'll be having a reoccurring monthly Q&A broadcast, all things related to SEMA, once a month. The first one will be kicking off, obviously, is April 1st to discuss all things about SEMA. And if you've never been there and you're planning on going this year, I'm a veteran of probably 20 plus years of attending, so I can give you my insights on what to expect and whatnot. And as well as hopefully we can also be having people or shops, builders who are building vehicles for this year's SEMA to appear in this broadcast and give us a little tidbits on what they've got coming. So Should be a fun broadcast. And tell your friends to join us here on the Clubhouse app. Both available on Android and iOS. So, yeah, links will be in the video description. Now, let's get on to the story. Las Vegas kicked off 2022 with multiple successful in-person events, once again proving the city's destination as the number one trade show destination in the U.S. and the importance of industry to the economy. The world's most influential technology trade show, CES 2022, returned home to Las Vegas in January, welcoming over 2,300 exhibitors at 11 indoor-outdoor venues. It was truly a global event, with over 30% of attendees traveling from outside the U.S. Interesting. Interaction and a 5 cents innovation experience with products that will redefine our future and change our world for better, said Gary Shapiro, president and CEO of Consumer Technology Association, CTA, that owns and produces CES. The same enthusiasm was shared by organizers of World of Concrete that welcomed over 40,000 attendees and 1,000 exhibitors to the Las Vegas Convention Center on January 18th and 20th. Quote, "It's great to be here in person. There's nothing that beats that face-to-face connection, and we're so excited that we were able to do it with our community and be able to bring our buyers and sellers together," commented Lauren Lab, Vice President of Strategic Marketing and Conferences at Informa Markets, that owns WOC. Las Vegas provides a full experience for all of our attendees and exhibitors to come and have a great time, in addition to maximizing their ROI, or return on investment. Many exhibitors were not only excited to be back together in person, but also to enjoy experiencing the 1.4 million square foot expansion of the Las Vegas Convention Center facility. "I love the West Hall," said Kim Bain, marketing and communication manager at Caterpillar Inc. "We're all very excited to move here. It's more spacious and open." Yeah, she's not kidding. I saw that West Hall during SEMA 2021, and it was impressive. She was impressed with the venue's health safety measures. The Shooting, Hunting, and Outdoor Trade Show, or SHOT Show, that took place January 18th to the 24th, had the largest exhibit floor in its history, taking over the Venetian Expo and Caesars Forum. Chris Dolnick, NSSF Senior Vice President and Chief Customer Officer, noted, quote, "This is very tactical business, and it means a lot to buyers to be able to see and handle our industry's products in person. We couldn't be more pleased with the outcome of this SHOT Show," end quote. At Off Price, the largest U.S. trade show dedicated to discount fashion that took place February 13th through the 16th at the Venetian Expo, retailers came to source available in-stock inventory, stressing the importance of this year's show. Douglas Emsley, CEO of Taurus Group that owns Off Price, commented, quote, "Given the disruption that supply chains have experienced over the past 2 years, shows like this are more critical than ever, especially for small and medium-sized businesses. Our customers appreciate the opportunity to close business in a safe and secure environment," end quote. Since in-show meetings and conventions returned to the destinations in Las Vegas in June of 2021, Las Vegas hosted an estimated 2.2 million convention attendees, showcasing confidence by trade show organizers that events can be safely and successfully, which is great, but Vegas still has a few things that in my opinion, needs to continually address. For the most part, when you go to a convention center, if you're there all day, sure, you can buy overpriced food at the convention center, overpriced beer even at the convention center. But reality, you go to Vegas, you want to attend a buffet to, save on a few bucks and get your money's worth. At least in my experience was that was one of the areas where the Vegas casino buffets lack, that they were operating on limited schedules and hours, even back in November of 2021. Meaning, like, some of the major buffets were closed like on Mondays and Tuesdays, or their operating hours are from like 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. and they shut down for the evening crowds. So you're limited to where you could go. So these are the little things that we're going to talk, and I'm also going to hopefully get some guests for the SEMA show, or Vegas locals, to chime in and get their opinions and tips and tricks for the April 1st SEMA trade show talks and whatnot episode. So be sure to follow us on Clubhouse for those broadcasts. Here are some videos YouTube thinks you might like. The next segment clip will be up shortly. Be sure to hit that subscribe, like, comment, and share buttons for this episode. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you soon.